where people, not just one, multiple people are not going to be able to get you off their mind. You're going to have a very loving energy coming towards you this month who does struggle. Hey Leo, I'm here to do your January 2023 love reading. Happy New Year. You have the Hermit in your energy this month, so you're being a bit quiet. You're pulling back a little bit here. You're pulling back a little bit emotionally, at least when it comes to outward expressions of how you're really feeling. There's a lot going on mentally and internally, but you're not letting people really see that. You're also understanding that you do need to take some time right now to be by yourself in order to really reconnect to your intuition, because right next to this, you have the High Priestess reversed. So you have been feeling like your intuition, your gut instinct has just not been as sharp as it usually is. And this has led you to feelings of confusion, which you do have for one of your oracle cards here, right here. Emotionally, you've recently gotten something that you wanted when it comes to a connection with someone, because you have the Nine of Cups on top of you. And if this hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen in January. But there is still this energy of, even though on the surface it looks like you've gotten what you wanted, there's a feeling of a disconnect. There's a feeling of feeling upside down when it comes to, is this what I really want? Is this really something I can trust? Trust is the right word here, because you also have read between the lines. So Spirit is asking you to not just pay attention to what people are saying this month, pay attention to what they're not saying. Because it's like on paper, everything looks okay, everything looks great, but there's a lack of trust within yourself and also a lack of trust with the people you're dealing with this month. And this feels like a fear. It feels like because you're not feeling as grounded, rooted, and secured in yourself as you usually do, you're wondering, is this too good to be true? Is this something that is going to come back to haunt me? I'm getting a newer energy that you're dealing with this month in terms of a connection. And this is the thing that you're having difficulty trusting, because you've recently been dealing with someone that you couldn't trust. But I feel like that was more of a past energy. Because right now you're still in the Six of Pentacles. You're still in that mode of, I want to give. I want to receive. I want to make this connection equal to continue growing this. Because there is definitely a particular romantic connection that you're going to be experiencing this month that is standing out amongst the rest. But this lack of trust, I feel, has more of a past connection to it than a more recent connection, if that makes sense. Meaning, these feelings of being unable to trust yourself or being unable to trust the person that you're going to be with, they're stemming from a lot of past patterns that you've had to learn that have been very karmic. And I feel like for a lot of you, you've recently been through quite a doozy when it comes to a Tower moment here, because you even have the Sun reversed at the bottom of your deck. This is you going through depression. This is you going through sadness. A lot of you are dealing with issues surrounding money right now. Worries surrounding money. Being unsure of where to really invest, not just emotionally, but financially, because you have the Wheel of Fortune reversed here, which goes back to these feelings of not really being able to trust yourself, wondering, am I investing too much? Should I invest less? Can I afford emotionally, financially, to risk it all and then to lose it all? And this is a huge fear that you're having this month. And this is surrounding the Ten of Cups energy, surrounding a very important relationship to you. And if it's not there yet, it will be coming very shortly. But you're definitely in the Nine of Wands energy, where you're wanting to really protect your finances, your resources, and your emotions. And you're making it a little bit hard for people to see all the sides of you and get closer to you and, let down your barriers. I'm seeing heavy earth signs for you this month, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. If they're not an earth sign, they're going to have a lot of earth in their chart, sun, moon, or rising. Or they're going to be someone who comes across as being very emotionally stable, a very solid individual. I'm also seeing fellow fire signs for you, particularly Aries. But regardless, this person's going to want to really work on this with you, Eight of Pentacles. But I feel like you're not going to be able to really see it at first, which is very interesting. You're going to perceive this person as pulling back from you. And you're going to be taking this personally, Leo. And you're going to be having doubts or thoughts of, not only can you trust this person, but wondering if you should walk away and just cut your losses. And I'm not saying that's what you're going to do, but you're going to be having thoughts about this because you're feeling in the Hermit energy and in the High Priestess reversed energy, which is not feeling super connected to yourself, not really understanding fully what it is that you are feeling or what it is that you do want, because there's a huge fear around this. And with the other person, they're experiencing the Nine of Swords. They're experiencing tremendous stress, tremendous anxiety, not only about you, but in other areas of their life. And they're going to be communicating this to you. Knight of Swords. You may interpret this as them not wanting to be with you, but it's showing up that they really do want to be with you. Nine of Stones is reversed here. And they have the Knight of Cups. So they will be coming to you with expressions of love, affection, and wanting to get closer and closer to you. And they don't want to be single. They don't. This person is going to be the type that when they get stressed, they pull back. It's going to be crucial that when this happens, you don't take it personally. Because if you do, not only is it going to add to more feelings of sadness or depression for you, but it's going to kind of throw a monkey wrench into the situation where you're taking it personally when it's just not. It's simply not. So allow space for this other person. When they do start to pull back, when they do start to have anxious thoughts about you. And I'm actually getting, there's an issue here around them not fully trusting you as well. So it's as if this lack of trust is really on both sides. And it's as if two people are having very similar fears. This is all just very mentally fear-based. I'm also getting here as a side note, there's someone that is already in a relationship that is getting temptations of being with you sexually. And this feels like a completely different person that's kind of on the outside looking in. And they feel like they're going to have a chance with you this month. Or they're going to feel like they get some kind of a hint or a cue from you that they're able to do this. So watch out for that energy if that's not your intention. You do have the Seven of Swords here with the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, you've recently been hurt when it comes to a connection with someone that you thought was really stable or you thought was a long-term potential. And for some of you, this is going to be an injury around finances, a lack of trust in finances, or someone that you thought you could trust with your finances, and it turned out to be something that you were not able to, and it's showing up in your past position. For others of you, this is happening around the beginning of January, but again, I feel like this has already happened, and this is why you're in the Hermit energy, and this is why you're having those thoughts of, can I trust myself again? You know, if I was able to fall for that, what if it happens again? Is there something wrong with me? And those are kind of the emotions that you're dealing with this month. And mentally, it's like you're fighting with yourself. Five of Swords, the Star. Spirit's going to be sending you healing, mental healing, around the beginning of January when it comes to this, because you have been struggling and they know that. There's a lot of healing that's going to be taking place for you, particularly around mental health issues. I'm also seeing fears around other people's health are going to be lifting. This feels removed. It feels like it's other people that you've been worried about. You have the Knight of Wands. You have a very sexual energy happening around the middle of January, and I feel like this is an overarching energy for the entire month, actually, where you are going to have a lot of opportunities to experience physical bliss and intimacy with someone. And this is something that is very intense, something that you have not really experienced before. You're also going to be noticing just how many options are starting to just fall into your lap, way more than usual. And this in and of itself, Leo, can cause confusion on your side. Be very careful with this, because this can also attribute to the other person, the one that you're most interested in, to start wondering if something is going on and if they can really trust you. Because energetically, people can sense this, okay? Even if you're not caught, even if, you don't actually step outside the relationship and so on, energy can be felt. People know if you have options or not. So there's going to be a lot of this sexual charge around you, a lot of this opportunity, I should say, for indiscretions or sexual rendezvous. And the funny thing about this is you're manifesting this with the Magician here. You're taking on this very confident, flirty, fun, playful energy that's going to be incredibly sexy to everyone who you're dealing with this month. Even people that you're talking to on a friendship level are going to be able to sense this about you. Towards the end of January, Spirit wants you to be very careful and very aware of how much you're spending, again, where you're spending, where you're investing. There is a red flag around this, okay? And because you also have the Three of Cups on top of this, if you lend out money to a lover or a friend, make sure that you're okay with never seeing that money again, because there is a high likelihood that it's not going to be coming back to you. So frivolous spending or poor financial decisions are definitely highlighted towards the end of the month. Just watch out for this. And if you are someone who is kind of stepping outside of a relationship, this is the time when those lies or those secrecies are going to be really bubbling up to the surface, when the wrong thing gets said or something gets found out about, okay? But you're feeling, Leo, like maybe I should put things on pause right now because financially or in your career, you're not feeling as secure as you wish you did. With the Queen of Stones being reversed towards the end of January, this is an energy, whether it's you or the person you're dealing with, this can be vice versa, but this is definitely an energy of needing to save for a rainy day because you feel like things are just kind of hitting a wall. You need to be very careful with certain moves that you're making towards the end of January, especially if they are considered risky. And if this is someone that you're dealing with that is struggling financially or in their career, even emotionally, the Hanged Man on top of this is needing to take some time out, again, needing that space. But it's looking like both of you are, because, again, they have the Nine of Swords and you have the Hermit. It's like both of you need your space towards the end of January. And it's really crucial to not take this personally. It's the energy of two people needing to get back on their feet. And in order to do that, everything kind of needs to just stand still. And I'm also seeing here that you think that your intuition or your gut instinct is not as sharp, but you're not really giving yourself enough credit here. You're being kind of your own worst enemy, or you're being too hard on yourself this month, where you do know, you just don't think you know. You have been healing your heart. But you also have love coming in, and this feels very intense. This feels like a relationship that is going to get deeper and deeper as time goes on. And Spirit is sending you this opportunity. Seize the opportunity. And it's going to be very, very physically intense. And it's just going to blow your mind sexually. The chemistry that you have with this person. And I'm seeing that it's like you are wondering, should I go backwards, forwards, left, right, Two of Wands? And this is all due to the Ten of Wands, which is that burden that you're feeling, emotionally or financially. But then you have the Ace of Wands, which is that sexual new love interest that you're dealing with this month. And it really takes off with the Chariot. So it continues to evolve, it continues to progress and go faster and faster. And this person's going to show you how important you are to them. And they are going to be treating you right. But it's like you're still dealing with these fears and this past betrayal here, Seven of Swords. And for some of you, you're dealing with such intense, toxic self-talk that turns into self-sabotaging behavior or even addictions, or puts you in a very negative pattern of depression. And again, this person's going to be, not only are they dealing with anxiety because they had that here, this is someone that's going to be caring for you and worrying about you and worrying, how can they help you, because they're showing up as a very loving energy to you. And they know how much you're struggling, and you know how much they're struggling. And it's like you two are going to come together because you're going to feel very similar in that regard. You also have ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, and preparing for union. Coffee cup, meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, and friendship. You're going to be having a lot of talks with this person, a lot of deep, in-depth talks about mental health or talks about what you've been through. Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation, or meeting and hesitation. Yeah, some of you you're not even expecting this. or this person really came into your life at a point where you just thought it was never going to happen for you, and then it does. Kisses, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving, 6 of Pentacles, affection and falling in love. It keeps saying that you're going to fall in love deeper and deeper, Leo. And this is someone who's going to be very similar to you, mirror. But when someone is that similar to you, it can definitely bring out those wounds, which is what I'm seeing here. It's all this fear. It's all this, can I trust? Can I trust them? Can they trust me? It's that kind of like just up in your head worrying at night, which, leads to the runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. Do not listen to your ego. The ego is what can really mess this up this month and cause someone to run. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen because I'm really not seeing it, but I'm seeing that there's thoughts of it. And that's really just the ego. That's the ego trying to sabotage something that is trying to bud, something that's trying to grow. Heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, and perfect. Yeah, the one is coming, Leo. And it's going to happen after a devastating breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. So it's like there's a pattern here that you're trying to stop. Because it's like every time you get scared, you cut it off. And if you're not the one that does that, Leo, then that's how they're feeling. But ultimately, it is going to progress. It is going to keep growing. Even if that happens for like a day or two or even a week. The 2 of Swords, 2 of Wands, you're going to be very surprised that the love is going to grow and this connection is going to start to form in ways that are really surprising to you. And it is what you want, 9 of Cups. And this is someone that even is going to turn into, for some of you, a life partner. Someone that you do end up being attached to long term. But, again, there's feelings of inadequacy here that you or this other person are struggling with. And Spirit is saying here to have patience with yourself and also with the other person. Because whoever this person is, I feel like you two are going to be changing a lot together. Going through major growth spurts emotionally together. And that can feel very uncomfortable. And it can also feel a bit bumpy. But as long as you allow for space, that's how you're going to end up in paradise with this person, okay? So that's what I'm seeing for your energy this month, Leo. It's quite positive, actually. And just know that if you are feeling mentally stuck, it's really just a mental game that you're playing with yourself here. Because Spirit is saying you don't have to feel that way. Don't focus on the sadness. Focus on the positive. Don't focus on what's not coming towards you. Focus on what is coming towards you. Don't focus on what you've lost in terms of your investments emotionally or otherwise. And don't even focus on the people that you feel like they're not giving you enough. They're just giving you the bare minimum. Because you have a very loving energy coming in that is going to want to love you more and more and deeper and deeper. Okay, Leo, I'm going to take a look now at your extended. We're going to see how this person feels about you and your outcome. I love you so much, and I will talk to you very soon. And I hope you have a very safe and fun new year. Bye-bye, Leo.